Herbert van Uffelen. He will talk about the digital library and bibliography of literature in translation. It's another great project. We are working together since a couple of years now, and it's really a great and a big and a nice project. Herbert van Uffelen is professor of Dutch studies. He's a researcher and is teaching in the field of Dutch literary studies with the focus on modern Dutch language literature, reception of Dutch literature in the German-speaking world, in theory of translation and digital literature. And he will now report on an exciting project that also uses Phaidra. Please, Herbert.
So I'm unmuted now. I thank you for the introduction. I don't think that my project is so great with other project, but okay, it's a project, and we use Phaidra, and I have a presentation, and I will open my presentation now for you. Okay, I hope you see the presentation at the moment. I will talk about the digital library and bibliography for literary translation and adaptation. It's a project in cooperation with the University Library and the Computer Center of the University of Vienna. Now I will go to my presentation. One of my research focuses is transfer of literature, and in this research I have a lot of questions like how can we describe the interaction between literatures and their translations accurately? How does literature circulate in time and in space, and to what extent does the production of literature determine the reception in both the source language region and other side the target language region? And what is exactly the role of adaptations in this process, or what is the role of so-called open and closed literary systems, and how can we define them better? How does literature change not only with and through the translation of the text, or through its cultural context? And what can we say about the interaction between literatures and their translations? Or at least, what can we say about the relation of the translations and adaptations with its paratexts or epitexts, covers, promotion materials, reception documents, etc.? One of our biggest problems in this research is that we don't have library catalogs with categories like literature in translation. The UNESCO Index Translationum covers only publications from about 97 to that's open because they stopped to work on the index at the moment, and provide no access to digitized content. And existing digital libraries offer a wide range of literature, but translations only make a small part of all these collections. And there are no centralized systems that provide digital secondary source collections. And there is no central international catalog library system that presents such documents. What we need is a system that facilitates the task of analyzing the dynamics of the transfer of texts and literatures, and a system that improves access to collections typically scattered in different locations. That's the reason why we developed the DLBT, the Digital Library for Literature in Translation and Adaptation. In the DLBT, we collect metadata of translations and reception documents, and we store digital assets, digitized translations, and reception documents as media covers, etc. The DLBT consists of a portal to 2 connected digital libraries and 2 digital bibliographies, containing reference to, on the one hand, translations, and on the other hand, reception documents. The DLBT you can situate the DLBT between two systems. Of the left side, I hope that's your left side, I see it on the left. On the left side, Phaidra as long-term repository, and on the right side, the website where we present the data. In between, we have the administration system of the DLBT that I will present now in this presentation. Excuse me, the DLBT presents digitized content and bibliographic metadata of the translations and the reception documents. The DLBT enables access to the material characteristics, covers, illustrations, adaptations, videos, sound, interviews, etc. The DLBT generates links to digitized assets on other servers, and with the DLBT, scholars can visualize the relations, produce statistical overviews, export metadata in different formats, download documents and books in different formats, and compare and analyze different translations. The copyright-free CC BY 4.0 digital assets of the DLBT are stored, if you wish, automatically in Phaidra, and can be viewed and downloaded on the website of the DLBT directly from this long-term repository. Some technological details. You have an authorization system with more roles, circa nine different roles and more than 21 permissions. We have a localization system. At the moment we present only English, but soon will have German and Dutch. The DLBT is a MySQL database. The system is developed in Laravel, the framework, and the name of the system is YARM, yet another reference manager, quite simple name. We have two versions. We have a YARM core, a simple version of YARM, and we have the YARM for DLBT. That's the version I will present now. The DLBT exports to PDF, to HTML, to Word, and to BibTeX or ECRS, RIS, MODS-XML. You can import from different formats. You can admin the tables of the database. You can. We offer a login and registration system. We offer multiple conversions possibilities from XML to PDF and vice versa. We have a simple but strong API to export charts and search results. The DLBT offers a bookshelf to store documents. The user can change his own options, check files or no, yes or no, or to complete yes or no, maximum of records to export, etc. The DLBT offers a full text search on the documents. The DLBT offers to show relations between documents. One translation is apparent from the next translation, for instance. And the DLBT offers analyzing tools. Therefore, we use the Voyant tools. What you see now is the admin tool. So the link you have seen was the link to the website. Yes, we see the admin tool. Yeah? We are home. We see the most recent publications. Here you see my accounts and settings. Here you see the content of my bookshelves at this moment. And upstairs, also, you see the menu. If you click on the eye, you will receive the details of this metadata set. This is the edit form. Okay, this is the edit form. If you with type, you can select different types. If you select another type, you will have other fields. You can add as much persons you need. You can add here the geodata of the places mentioned here. You can use the autocomplete system to choose a name from the existing name table, and you can edit or add parents and children. That's what you see here. As said, one publication can have a parent publication, and the next publication is an adaptation, for instance. Then you can enter here the parent and or here the translation as child. This allows to show relations. All these titles you see here in this graph are titles with relation to this first title. This is a translation, and this translation related with 4 translations in other languages. These are not translations from the original, but translations from the translation. Yeah, and this can you enter as translation children in the system. Yes. Okay, next slide. In the same edit file, you can enter the files, upload files, media, videos, documents, whatever. If you want that the files are stored in Phaidra immediately, then you have to check the Ready for Phaidra button and to enter the copyrights. Copyright-free documents can be uploaded, other files leave in the system. TE files are prepared for conversion, and we add to each TE file a metadata or a xenoblock with all metadata information. If a file is uploaded to Phaidra, Phaidra will write back the object identifier in the DLBT system. The search allows multiple search possibilities. We have full text search. You can search on translations and adaptations. You can search on reception documents. You can search on both. We have about 25 search fields. We have multiple criteria. After search, you can show all your search results, only your own search data, only the data of your project group, only the data with parents, only the data with children, whatever. And you have a flexible pagination possibility. This is such a search result. I searched on the same title as before, on Stillleben in the title. I searched in the metadata. I searched in both libraries, and I have 12 items. This links to the details. This pen shows us that I have the rights to edit or to update. Here you can export in different formats. Here you can select all records, for instance. Here you can add a metadata set to your group. I will show this later. This is the bookshelf. And this is show details. And this is very interesting because if you open show details, you see all the files connected to this metadata set. With this metadata, we have connected 1 to 3 objects in Phaidra. These 3. And 4 objects still stored in the DLBT system because we don't have the rights, or because the file is not interesting enough to go to Phaidra and to show the file on the website, because on the website of the DLBT we show only the copyright-free data. green, as this is the button to download. Green means the file is readable. The system checks the readability of the file if the user wanted to be checked before. Orange means the user don't use the file checker, and orange means it's unclear of readable or not. Yeah, red, green, orange. That is the part show details. If you have a file that is readable, and this means then also the file can be analyzed, then you can store the file in your bookshelf. In the bookshelf, you can convert files to Word or to PDF or to HTML. You can delete the file from the bookshelf, and the files stored in the bookshelf can be used to make an analysis. I will show you this later. On the detailed page, also if the user clicks on the eye in the result page, then he will see the details of the metadata, and a collection of the most important entries. And here you can make comments. The comments is very practical, because a lot of older translations is not so quite sure if the translation is from 1946 or from 1947. Yeah, if this is the right publisher, whatever. Yeah, an authenticated user can make a comment. I don't think that is correct. I mean, it should be 1947. The user of the owner of the data set can answer, no, I have a copy, that's the right date. Yeah? And the next user don't have to ask these questions, because the comments are stored with the metadata. This is the function groups. In the DLBT work a lot of projects, and the projects have own data, and they can select show only on group, and then they see only on the website only the data of the project. But often you have data in one project that you can use in another project too, but you are not the owner of this data. Then you can mark data from another owner to your project, and then you will see also these data on your project. This is the add or remove data to a group function. The export possibilities, I think I have already said. You can export to PDF, HTML, Word, Open Document, BibTeX, EndNote, etc. The data are momentarily cited in a standard format. We work on MLA and APA and other formats. This will come soon. Data stored in the bookshelf it can be analyzed. We do it with the Voyant tools. I think you know the Voyant tools. The first step is you choose from your list from the books in the bookshelf a document. You choose the type of analyze, and you click on analyze, and then you will see the result. This is also a links result from this text. You can export the result to a new tab. You can download the result to an image. You can make an HTML snippet for an iframe in another website. And these are the possibilities Voyant offers to analyze. I think you know this. These are the statistical possibilities, features of the DLBT. You can make different forms of statistics, also line, area, bar, pie, funnel, whatever. You can, and that is important, you can use multiple data sets. You can first look for the automullish, and then second data set look for the user Klaus, and then you have a result with multiple data sets. If you click on on this position, double click, then you go on immediately to the metadata behind this 16, as behind this bar. You can export the result to Excel. You can download the image. Okay, I think this is the most important elements. These are examples of visualizations. These are the visualizations in maps based on the geodata in the DLBT. This is the city map. In Hamburg, we have 41 titles. This is the country map. And this is the world map. Quite spectacular visualization because you can turn around to the globe, but I'm not quite convinced of the presentation. It's not so good readable, but it's interesting. Here also you have multiple data sets, and you have a slider to expand the range of the results. This is for me it is one of the most interesting features of the DLBT, the visualization of relations between actors. Here you see a translator. These are his publishers, and these are the publications from one publisher. You can close and open these trees. You can present it as a sunburst and click in one part and then reduce the whole thing to this part. Or here you can present the same visualization on the left side as a radial. Also here, download as image is possible. You can go to the different data sets, clicking on the elements. The only restriction here is you don't have multiple data sets because this is not possible to visualize in this concept. Well, now timeline with slider. You can click on certain points to see the data behind. You have an axis pointer, and you have the slider. I think that's the most important thing. This is the import function of the import site. It's a very simple site. You can pass record here, or you can upload data here. You can import all the data or selections from the data set, maximum at the moment 100. These are the formats we read: EndNote, Reference Manager, BibTeX, ModsXML, Mark21 XML, and Easy. And we have an depth checker, also all imports and all files, all metadata are hashed, and one hash can only exist one time in the database. So it's not possible to import 2 times the same thing. These are examples from the API. If you want, you can export such visualizations to an iframe. And then the data will always be up to date in your website. We use this by the presentations of research. Then say, okay, if you want to see, this is the relation between these 2 authors in the last 50 years, then the data will automatically be actualized if the database changed. This is another part of the API. Here the user asks to export this search as a PDF. Also, that is then a button in a website if you want. This is a very special step in the YARM development. In discussion with the Phaidra, we discussed if it would be possible to import metadata in in Phaidra to make little bibliographies to objects. So this is my object, and if you want to read more to this element, you can read this text or this books or whatever. And YARM core, a very simple version of the YARM system. Sorry, pardon, excuse me. Of the YARM system allows you to collect metadata as in the DLBT, and afterwards you this is a plan. This is an ID. It is not ready, but afterwards you would have the possibility to select in Phaidra certain elements, certain metadata from YARM to represent in your object description, or maybe there's another possibility in an extra window with the bibliography for this object. These are IDs. This bibliography element is my ID. I don't know if Phaidra is interesting in this concept. Maybe it will be a complete other way, but the idea is we collect metadata in a little YARM database, and you can cite elements in a list in Phaidra. DLBT lives from projects. In the last year, we had CODL, Circulation of Dutch Literature, and Eastbound, the distribution of reception of translation and adaptation in Dutch language literature. At the moment, a Vienna project, ExilTrans, with Exil translations, is working with the DLBT. In Leuven, they work on a Bull reception database with the DLBT, and this project, Binnenlandse Vogels, Buitenlandse Nesten, with all these partners in all these countries, is working with the DLBT too. I'm in negotiation with Beltrans. I think they will work with the DLBT. They will collect all the translation in Belgium from Dutch to French and from French to Dutch. And this is a project maybe I hope it will be a project of our department in the next year with these partners, and this will be the research sites of the DLBT. Also, in the DLBT is a database that collects metadata, that enables statistics, but is only a tool, and the DLBT, Dutch Literature and Translation, will offer research results using the metadata in the DLBT. And I think this is my last slide. I thank you for the attention, and I stop my presentation and I'm back. Yes.
Thank you, Herbert. Thank you very much for presenting this very complex, I think it's very complex project, and very interesting. And it's a long-term project, I think, because you're waiting for new projects and they are included and they're working together. So I hope that it will be a last long-term project for several years. And it's nice to see it.
I hope so.
We also hope. Yeah. Everybody's hoping. So if you have questions, please ask. I just saw that also Rastislav Hudak is now with us, and he did many of these works in this project also. So if you have some questions, also technical questions, please ask. Please put it in the chat or in Slack or with the microphone. Everything is possible.
I see the link to the project in the chat. That is the link to the website. On the website, you can use the tools but there's no possibility to enter data or to edit data. Therefore, you need a link to the administration tool. If you want, that's possible. We can make you a user from the DLBT, and you can make start a project on the DLBT if you want to. Please contact me. On the website, you only see the data from Phaidra, the files, the objects. Also, only things that are copyright free. But in the system, you can use all the data.
Very interesting.